My name's Jim Busby. I live in Mount Pleasant, Utah, and I've been in piano tuning and technology for about 44 years. Well, actually, my uncle was a piano technician, and I've always thought I was going to, tune pianos because I liked my uncle so much, and I just tuned on the side. And then one year, I decided to quit school for a little while, and I was going to come back in, but I never got back into teaching again. So I just found out that I had an aptitude for it, and I liked it, and I actually made more money than teaching. So, win-win. I think the first time I was exposed to them was at Brigham Young University. We had a Mason Hamlin there, and a really nice piano. I really liked the way it felt. And then I went to Boston for a visit, and I decided to tour the factory, and I spent the day there and fell in love with the people there. I loved the factory, and the people were so good to work with. And it was kind of a small feeling in the factory, and I just loved the way it felt there. I loved the dedication that the people put into the parts and the things that they were doing there. Well, my experience with the Wessell nickel and gross parts mainly is at BYU. I had a fellow colleague that bought some, and we hung some hammers with the shanks and flanges, and there's just nothing like them. They were so even. And I put it on a piano, a 9-foot Steinway, and I had the faculty come and play the piano, and they were saying how wonderful it was and how much quicker it played and how responsive it was. And so I put it on 2 more pianos, and the same thing with the faculty. They just loved it because it was so responsive, and it was just very dependable. It stayed where you put the regulation. The next day you would come, the next month you'd come, the next year it still stayed regulated very well and very easy to maintain. At first I was skeptical of them, but now I just love them because after years and years, it doesn't vary. It's 3.5 grams for the flanges, and years later it's still 3.5 grams, unlike the other bushings, the cloth bushings, and so I'm really sold on the parts. That's a good question. Some people think that it changes the sound of the piano, but I didn't perceive that, and most people that I had play our pianos with the new Wessell nickel and gross parts didn't perceive any tone change, more velocity and control, but I really didn't see the difference that other people talk about, and I think my ear's pretty good, and I didn't perceive any huge difference. In fact, not even a little difference with them. It just was easier to play. I didn't notice any different in tone quality or anything.